Good morning and welcome to your card of the day for Thursday the 6th and Friday the 7th of February, depending what side of the date line you are on. Today's card of the day is Hawthorn. Now this card depicts a lonely hawthorn standing on a hill. Now legend has it that the hawthorn is the home of the fairies. That you should, it's not a word I use often, it should, but you should never pick the flowers or the leaves from a lone hawthorn because it will make the fairies angry. So you must always harvest your hawthorn flowers, leaves and berries from a hawthorn hedge, not a lone hawthorn. It is believed that a gate to the other world is hidden beneath the roots of the hawthorn tree. And this tree in this image here is holding a lonely vigil, silent vigil. But there is a peace to be found in the knowledge that this hawthorn guards something so valuable. So one of the messages for this card is it's time. Today is a day to take some time to sit quietly or meditate, knowing that being still, meditating, being quiet is not laziness. And we've talked about laziness before. Your value does not change even when you're not being productive. And this was a very, very hard lesson for me to learn. I felt I had to be productive in order to have value. But even when you're not productive, your value doesn't change. You're still you. You're still the beautiful divine being living in this human body. So if you need a rest, it says don't be hard on yourself. And even if others cannot see your worth, you know your own worth. So the hawthorn is reminding us that it's okay to be silent, to meditate, to be at rest, to take time out from our busy schedules. The hawthorn's also a very wise plant. It always looks gnarled. It always looks ancient, just like the fairies that are believed to live in it. So the wisdom of our past is all around us. And there's so much that we can learn from that wisdom. Hawthorn helps us to reconnect with our stories. It carries a link to the spirits of the past in the scent of its blossoms and helps us to speak to those spirits of the past. So this card is asking you, what is stopping you from moving forward? So think about when you or a member of your community may have encountered something similar in the past that stopped you from moving forward. So this is kind of moving on from a card, I can't remember which one it was, we've had in the last few days about the blockages. Clearing, it was yesterday, the shears, cutting away the ties. So one side of the Hawthorn story is still talking to those things that are stopping you from moving forward. Maybe you have not employed the belladonna shears fully yet. Hawthorn is saying that it's still not too late to do that. Today you can continue using your belladonna shears to cut away those things that are stopping you from moving forward. So it's an either or today, and when I looked at the meanings of the cards, I felt like both were pertinent. I like the fact that this card actually shows the flowers and the berries and the leaves, and hawthorn is such an amazing plant. Its botanical name is Crataegus cariaca, and it is one of the plants that I studied when I was doing my diploma in herbal medicine. And the name cariaca, Crataegus cariaca part, sort of like gives you the idea that it's really useful for conditions of the heart. It supports the heart. It has adaptogenic properties. Both the flowers and the berries have adaptogenic properties for the heart. So it's interesting. So to me, this is very much speaking about being gentle with yourself, because our heart flourishes when we are present in it, when we become in heart coherence, when our minds drop down into our hearts and we do everything from our hearts rather than from the monkey mind, the left brain, the thinking, having to know, having to understand. We drop down into our hearts where we just feel. And the hawthorn is telling us to leave behind all those things that pull us back into that spiral of thinking, and drop down into our hearts and fill our hearts with that. With presence in our hearts, we fill our hearts with joy. We can experience the joy and the happiness that is present in our reality at all times, which we can't see when we're busy in our busy minds. Thank you, team. They pulled that together beautifully, didn't they? I think that's it. But just remember the lonely tree on the hilltop. It's okay to take time out and to be alone, to remove yourself from those situations that cause you stress. And remember that we have our roots. Our roots, our beginnings, our source being is indeed with our teams, with our spirit kin and our teams in spirit, and those that support us that we cannot see. I'm just hearing some of you even do have fairies. All right, good night. Have a wonderful day. And see, someone's here. Who have we got here? Sherry. Hello, Sherry. How beautiful to see you. All right. May you have a wonderful day. For you, Sherry, will be tomorrow. Blessed be. It's good night for me. I'm off to bed. See you tomorrow.